Our names are Alex and Andrew Noviello, and we are identical twins, freshmen at Cornell, each studying computer science and math. We are excited to present our startup Strato to you today. Strato is a new centralized trading market for digital tokens aimed at leveling the playing field for active retail traders by eliminating market noise. For a brief background on progress, we've already incorporated, completed a legal regulatory review, filed a provisional patent, conducted dozens of customer interviews, and fully built our product. The straddle market is defined by three unique value propositions. Next slide, by the way. Sorry. The first is what we call volatility encapsulation. Volatility is one of the main drivers of profits in markets. Retail day traders love higher volatility securities. However, short-term volatility, for example, under 1 minute in time duration, is nearly impossible to predict, let alone capitalize on, for these traders without sophisticated algorithms and robust infrastructure. Instead, often confusing and derailing strategies. Therefore, the straddle market insulates price from this short-term volatility so that only significant changes in supply and demand affect price, thereby eliminating market noise. This allows for traders to develop more reliable and consistent strategies without sacrificing potential for short-term gains. Second value proposition is information symmetry. All market data and parameters on the straddle market are equally available to all traders, facilitating a level playing field on which success is dictated by active strategy rather than resources alone. The system of market making is also fully transparent in the straddle market. Third value proposition is community. For better or worse, traders don't just trade for profits alone. The experience, whether that be fun, challenge, or something else, is often highly valuable. We strive to build an active and intellectual trading community to discuss and even collaboratively implement active strategy, enhancing the trading experience. We expect to build our community forum on Discord. Next slide.
So what's the problem that Strato is really trying to solve here? Well, 450,000 Americans are official retail day traders. Tens of millions more Americans operate active trading accounts, and together they contribute over $2 trillion in annual market volume alone. Yet, according to numerous studies, more than 97% of active retail day traders lose money in the stock market. And that's a pretty staggering figure. Yet 95% of them continue to trade despite these losses. Why? Well, again, we reason that this is due to the intangible factors, such as intellectual challenge and fun. So we designed our aforementioned value propositions specifically to target some of these factors that make competing in the stock market for individuals today so difficult, while enhancing these intangibles.
Next slide, please. Prior to discussing our current fully implemented product solution, we'll note that the ultimate goal of the Strato market is to generalize our system towards the creation of a new form of pseudo-equity derivative. However, we will be explaining the system today as it is currently implemented. Please note that it is quite technical and want to keep the focus on the business side, so we'll just explain some of the high-level concepts for now. So Strato is a centralized trading market for trading digital Strato tokens, at least in our beta version. Strato tokens cannot leave the Strato market and have no inherent value. Value is derived solely from demand inside of the market, a la speculation. Strato tokens are exchanged via a mechanism we call the offer queue, a price-ordered priority queue, or ask book for finance people, governed by dynamic spacing parameters. The offer queue enforces a minimum price floor for new offers at the highest price of a token previously sold, while demand exists in the current trading cycle. That's a bit of a mouthful, but in other words, new offers must be priced higher than sold tokens during a trading cycle. When demand eventually and inevitably vanishes in the market, the minimum price floor drops away and the offer queue is refilled. This is called a reset. After a reset, a new trading cycle begins and the minimum price floor is set again to the price of the first new transaction. Resets are triggered by significant changes in supply and demand as measured by the market through two statistics, the stabilized queue growth factor and the velocity of the offer queue.
So
Next slide.
I know that got a bit technical there. So now let's jump back to the business side. So the sales and marketing strategy. Of course, our most significant customer acquisition challenge is actually finding our target customers, right? Retail day traders come from all walks of life and typically have other occupations. So with that in mind, our outreach strategy focuses on finding and utilizing existing active online trading communities of thousands of retail day traders. And we also plan to tap into educational communities related to finance and trading. That being said, our real priority is product-led growth, and we've designed the launch mechanism of the Strato market toward this end. So we're currently in the process of launching our sandbox trading platform in which traders can test strategies, mess around, participate in competitions to earn free tokens with no monetary stakes. We also plan to leverage the network effect by distributing free tokens for joining and for referring friends, similar to the famous Robinhood waitlist strategy. So far, we have about 50, 60 users on the platform and expect to need to reach about 500 before revenue generation.
Next slide. Now, revenue model. There are no cash fees in the Strato market. Instead, each trader must pay a small percentage of their Strato tokens to us as a market-making service fee prior to being able to allow to trade in a new trading cycle. We sell the tokens we receive back into the market to provide liquidity at key points and help re-stimulate the market after resets, thereby generating revenue. This allows us to manage the market function appropriately, easing a so-called sell-side prisoner's dilemma due to demand and supply price gap in the market after each reset, without inflating our own tokens. Revenue is directly proportional to total market volume and number of users on the platform. Next slide.
So the competitive landscape. So existing trading platforms, including Robinhood, E-Trade, and others, have popularized retail trading, gaining tens of millions of users. But the Strato business model is fundamentally different from these competitors, and our competition with them is really only derived from the fact that we have a shared user base. That being said, most active traders experiment with different types of assets and actively look for new opportunities to deploy capital. So in other words, we don't really have to compete directly with these companies to grow.
Next slide. So our team, as mentioned, we are identical twins and we have a history of building organizations together. We also have a combined 7+ years of commercial software development experience, enabling us to effectively lead technical work. And as we said, the technical work for this product is already done. We now are more focused on the business side. Next slide. Now, use of funds and going forward. We expect to use the funds to continue our outreach, sales, and marketing efforts, as this is our primary current challenge on the way to revenue generation. We have no variable costs, if you will. Amazon, we have credits that allow us to deploy our systems for free. But beyond our existing product, our primary goal and hope for Strato is to be able to trade equities and cryptocurrencies via the same market construction that we've described today. This would basically result in a form of indicator or a store of value over short-term price drops, almost like a smoothing pseudo-equity derivative. We also hope to generalize the system to trade any asset with custom pricing models.